I love how I just film videos with like zero plan at all, just blab on for the entire thing and pray that they work out. God. Hey guys, it's Jen standing here with Standing Strong Wellness. It's been a while since I uploaded a video and it's really nice to be back. So before I jump into today's topic, I thought I would just update you guys a little bit on what's going on with me. So a month ago or so, I wrote my final exam for CS&N and I'm still waiting to hear if I passed. So it's taking a little bit longer to get the results back than I thought, but I remain optimistic, and if all went well, which I think that it did, I'll be graduating at the end of September, in another month and a bit. And then I will finally be able to get into my own practice, so I'm really excited for that. Now today's topic was inspired by the fact that, you know, as somebody whose career is in health and wellness, a lot of people ask me what my diet is like and what I usually eat. And of course, what works for me is not going to work for everybody. We're all so different, so, you know, don't take the way that I'm eating as the way that you should eat. It takes a lot of time to figure it out for yourself. So, that being said, am I going vegan? This is something that I've actually thought about for a long time. Something you guys may not know about me is growing up, I was actually vegetarian for 2 years. I never really found animal products or animal meat that enticing, and it always just kind of turned me off, and it did as an adolescent, and that's why I gave it up for a little while. And yeah, so I had some experience with the vegetarian diet. I went vegan for, you know, like a month once just to try it, and you know, I've tried every diet there is out there, every way of eating. But the way that I'm actually eating right now is I do have animal protein. It's very limited. So I eat eggs, and then I'll have animal protein maybe once or twice a week. But primarily I do eat plant-based, so that means like tons of fruits, tons of veg. I don't have dairy because I'm allergic to dairy. So this is what I think about the vegan diet. I think that the vegan diet is amazing, and I do think it's a healthy way to live if you do it properly. If you're going to be on a vegan diet, it's really important that you still get a good amount of iron in, so usually that has to be supplemented, and B12, which usually has to be supplemented as well. So it's definitely possible to be vegan and be healthy. If you do it right, you have to make sure that you're combining different kinds of plant protein sources so that you know you're getting the full amino acid profile that you need. So people go vegan for all sorts of reasons. Lots of people do it for health, some people do it for the environment, and some people do it for the animals, and plenty of people do it for all three. And I really admire anybody who can follow a vegan diet, because you do have to get creative, especially if you're just transitioning over into being vegan, and it does take a lot of work, and that's the truth. I'm not trying to discourage anybody at all from going vegan, but it will change your life in quite a lot of ways. So I do have a couple obstacles that I would face in terms of going vegan, so I thought I would take the opportunity to discuss that with you guys, and maybe some of you can relate. So first and foremost is the iron deficiency. I notice as soon as I go primarily plant-based, I just tend to fall apart. I have started supplementing with iron, but it doesn't seem to be the same or enough for me. And this might sound really weird, but once I'm iron deficient, one of the major symptoms that I get is restless legs. So restless leg syndrome is when like your legs are so fidgety and you just can't stop moving them. And seriously, you guys, like a couple months ago I had it for like a week straight, and it is the most frustrating thing to go through ever. And I figured out that it was related to the amount of iron in my diet, because as soon as I stepped up the iron consumption in my diet and I added a little bit of supplementation, I started feeling a lot better. So that would be one thing that I'd really have to consider. Another thing is that the vegan diet is really reliant on grains and legumes and stuff like that to get an adequate amount of protein in. And I'm really sensitive to a carb-heavy diet. So when I'm eating a lot of like rice and beans and stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, I love those foods, but if I eat too much of it, I get that brain fog, I get, you know, it affects my digestion, and I just don't feel that well. And when I don't feel that well, it tends to come out as anxiety. So I get a lot of anxiety and anxiety symptoms on a carb-heavy diet. Wish I didn't. I know there are other ways to get adequate amounts of protein on a vegan diet, but again, that's just another one of those things that I would have to work through. And lastly, it would just be the commitment factor. So, you know, going on a vegan diet, vegan lifestyle is totally different once you transition to like the makeup and the clothes. That is a commitment in and of itself. But even just to commit to the diet, it's not one of those things that I ever think I would just like dabble in again. I'm one of those people who I really want to do something or I don't do it. Like I'm all in or I'm not going there at all. You know, emotionally and spiritually, I'm just not sure if I'm ready for that journey yet. The point of this video was not to come out and say, oh, I have all these excuses to not go vegan. I guess it's just like a look inside what it's like for somebody who kind of considers it but waffles. But that being said, like I would be so open to hearing your thoughts on, you know, if you've ever tried the vegan diet before, if you're vegan now, how was the transition for you? Did you hit any speed bumps or consider anything about it like I'm considering now? So hit me up in the comments and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time, which will be really soon. Okay, bye!